a flame. Hold on, I can make it rain. Oh, do you hear the thunder? No, don't let it bring you down. Look up and see the light. You're not alone, don't give up like that. Oh, yeah, got a ways to go. Break that wall.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. It's opening week in the NFL, and today we have two teams are more than ready to get the season underway. It's the Buccaneers going up against the Dolphins.
Okay, Larry, Charles and I, we have brought our talents to South Beach, or at least in the neighborhood of South Beach, as we are in beautiful Miami, Florida. This crowd a few minutes ago stirred into action at the side of their Dolphins emerging from the Hard Rock Stadium tunnels, and we are ready to go as the Dolphins get set to match up with Jameis Winston and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now a first down throw, Tannehill. And this one complete to Julius Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup there, 26 yards. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. To throw on second down is Tannehill. Brought in over the middle by Grant. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
A gain of 32 that time. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Over the middle. It's incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and now it's second down. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Again, Tannehill. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success, putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you got game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. A first down throw for Winston. And right away, he lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. The play fake to Sims. Now Winston. Looking downfield. He's got a man. Complete. 20. 10. Touchdown. Tampa Bay. A big play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And he knocks it through. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And some room to maneuver. And terrific field position here as they finally get him just shy of the midfield stripe.
In a tie game, both sides are looking for something to give them an advantage. It often falls back on special teams, and that return, that could be the spark to untie the game.
On first down, it's Tannehill. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, T.J. Ward. It's a foot race. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. We got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Jakeem Grant now to return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. These Dolphins last year, Charles, won 9 of their last 11 coming down the stretch before the playoff loss to Pittsburgh. Finished 10-6. That was their first postseason trip since 2008. But this once-proud franchise has not won a playoff game since the 2000 season.
And I expect that to change in 2017 because the groundwork they laid in 2016 with a brand-new head coach in Adam Gase and a brand-new attitude and a lot more toughness than maybe what people expected, that's what keyed the run game with Jay Ajayi. And then
the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Gerald McCoy coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. So after the sack of Tannehill, the Dolphins come up here on a 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Tannehill. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Landry. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. And defensively, maybe an opportunity missed there.
No doubt about it. When that ball's out, all you're thinking about as a defender is, this is our chance to make a huge play. Instead, he's able to recover his own fumble. And big sigh of relief, huh?
Yeah, usually those wide receivers. There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Damian Williams, 59 yards. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Charles, these Tampa Bay Buccaneers, last year, Dirk Cutter's first year, finishing 9-7. Now, that was their first winning season since 2010, but still not enough to get them in the playoffs. They've missed those 9 straight seasons. And, in fact, their last playoff win, gosh, that was way back in Super Bowl 37.
But for Buccaneer fans and the team, optimism is really high.
Yeah.
They felt like they played well down the stretch. They felt like they can play against some of the big boys in the league now. Defensively, they've got to get better and continue to do so. I like the pick of Justin Evans, the safety out of Texas A&M. He brings a hitter's mentality to that part of the field, and then you flip it over to offense. It's one thing to say that you believe in Jameis Winston. There's another thing to show it by giving him O.J. Howard, a tight end out of Alabama, and Chris Godwin, a wide receiver out of Penn State in the first 3 rounds.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Now they try the right side here. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 3rd down.
It seemed like the situation was 2nd and a mile to go for a first down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything because if you're able to find a crew.
And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. William Hayes in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. He's going to field this at the 4. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. A first update now from Cincinnati. And it's the Ravens that have moved out to an early advantage. We'll bring you updates all year, and the party just getting started here in Week 1 of the NFL season. They'll set up the screen to Drake. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. Here's Tannehill now on 2nd down. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Robert Ayers in there to get him for a loss of 5. So after the sack of Tannehill, the Dolphins come up here on a 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And he finds Stills, complete. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. On first down, Drake. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Tannehill. To the right side here, the tight end Thomas. And he is going to feel that one. Knocked down hard. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
Tannehill. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. His throw incomplete. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Caru's got it, complete. The reception good for 7. It's third down. The Dolphins on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This time it's 3rd and 3. To throw is Tannehill. Now he steps away. And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And now look at him go. The 40. The 30. The 20. 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. So this defense clicking early in the year. Week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And they'll be looking to start fresh. Just a moment ago, they were backed up, coughed up the football, and then saw it go the other way for 6 points.
I just wonder, partner, sometimes they put such an emphasis on things. And, you know, in that situation, as they ran out there, they were told, take care of the football. Don't cough it up. And sometimes that's the last thing you hear, and that's exactly what you do.
Going deep here for Stills. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Well, not that we had any questions, but it's obvious his arm does not hurt today, does it? He does not mind slinging it around.
He is firing that pigskin around the yard.
Yeah, putting it deep downfield, taking shots. Unsuccessful there, but I like his moxie.
On 2nd down, it's Drake. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Now stopped him in his tracks. Great coverage there, holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. They'll come up now with the clock showing 3 seconds to go here in the 1st. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwich. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. Second down, Winston. He finds the rookie from Alabama, O.J. Howard. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. So a 3rd and 9, and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
Off the play fake, Winston. And incomplete on the deep ball.
The best receivers we know always tease their quarterbacks that, hey, no matter what you do, you cannot overthrow me. Well, guess what? That's exactly what happened on that play. Normally, they time it up pretty well, but on that one, he just overshot him.
taken from just outside the 30. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. Reminder that later tonight we'll see the Giants and Cowboys battle in Dallas. Seems like they're always playing in week 1. And then on Monday night, a doubleheader. Adrian Peterson, his first game with the Saints. He's already back in Minnesota to play the Vikings. And then a 10-20 start on the East Coast. It's the first game for the L.A. Chargers traveling to Denver.
A nice AFC West matchup.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. On 2nd and 10, Tannehill. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Tannehill with a hook up to Parker for the Dolphin first. Tannehill. And he's got the hook up with Anthony Fasano. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, a 22. Tannehill hands to Drake. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Now it's Tannehill. Going for it all. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
That is caught right at the 10-yard line. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Back to throw, Tannehill. Got a man, it's Landry for the Dolphins touchdown. Jarvis Landry from a yard out. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And his kick is good. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now it's a bootleg with Winston. Flush to his right. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Well, the pressure just couldn't get to him that time. They forced him out to his right, but he held his poise, surveyed the field, didn't find anything he liked, and then took off and picked up a nice gain.
The Bucs on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. On play action, Winston. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending the guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. NFL teams last year, a little under 50% on 4th down conversions. This is a bit tougher. 4th and 4. They're indeed going. It's Winston. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. So, Charles, why in the world do you take that risk there?
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense on the surface, but I've been around enough of these coaches and enough of these meetings along the way. Sometimes they're so confident.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Noah spins in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. To throw on second down is Tannehill. And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jarvis Landry, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Dolphins have broken our tie as they take the lead. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. A second quarter score from down in Houston. And the Jags, they're out to an early lead there. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
How many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. They'll run it again with Sims. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The Bucs on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, Winston. This is caught by Jackson. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. A Buccaneer first. Winston finding his new target, Jackson. They'll run it now out of the gun. And Sims lost it. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Following the fumble recovery, Tannehill. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Levante David. Not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. From the gun, here's Tannehill. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. The offense operating inside the 10 at the 8 here. It's 1st and goal. Tannehill now to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, T.J. Ward. He's got the lane, and there he goes. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. 10. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. So now 2 pick sixes that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
But number one, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you have your hands on your head or shaking your head and walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
A second quarter score from down in Houston. And the Jags, they're out to an early lead there. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this run.
And I think all you say to your guy.
And his first carry, he loses the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. And that one coming on his opening carry of the season. Do you give him a mulligan?
You would like to, but this game counts. If this were preseason, he'd get a mulligan. But this is for real, so not expecting that at all. Got to find a way to take care of it. I'm sure he'll get other opportunities.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Cameron Wake, one of 3 NFL players in the last decade to have 10 or more sacks at the age of 34+. The other 2, Julius Peppers, John Abraham.
He makes game-changing plays as well. 9 forced fumbles in the last 2 seasons.
Well, now they'll try the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Now Winston. Right side caught by Jackson. The quick feet by Jackson. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
A second quarter score from down in Houston. And the early going, it's the Texans out in front. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And out come the Dolphins now. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the left.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Gerald McCoy in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Out of the gun, Tannehill. Going deep here for Stills. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Kenny Stills. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 17. Now Tannehill. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Robert Ayers in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his 1st. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Here's Jackson. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The 2nd quarter score from Cincinnati. And the Bengals out to the early advantage. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. On the ground. The drive starts with Sims. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit him over the top.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Good luck trying to get your running game going against Ndamukong Suh. I mean, he is so strong. Just trying to move him, take 1 guy, 2 guys, whatever. I wish you a whole lot of luck. He usually converts an offensive running game into rubble.
The play fake to Sims. Now Winston on the move to his left. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Was trying to extend the life of that play, wasn't he? Got out of the pocket, ended up scrambling off to his left, trying to find anyone open downfield to try and make a big-time play.
Thought he had an opening there for a second, but that window closed pretty quickly. This will be fielded at the 17. A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Here's Tannehill. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Kenny Stills, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Back to the air, Tannehill on 2nd down. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're going to go. It's Tannehill. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And now off to the races down the right side. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Well, this is becoming tough to watch. I don't know that I've seen 3 pick 6s from the same quarterback in the same game. And I know that many are going to scream at the coach about why did you let him stay out there to throw those. But truthfully, what are the odds that you're going to throw 3 pick 6s in a game? You want to leave them out there so they can work through some of the rough stuff. The return will come from Sonoris Perry. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. A second quarter score from down in Houston. And the Jags, they're out to an early lead there. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. On 1st down, Tannehill. He sets to fire deep. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another. So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh? Not at all. Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught. And they're going to go soft on the corners. The final shot here before the break. Tannehill. Caught left side, Williams. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you now to Orlando and our Tiburon studios where Larry Ridley's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. In motion left, that's Jack.
I stay myself, I never change, yeah. Do whatever, get you paid, yeah. Cause, but I still low. Got 100 different to my cell phone. Still 33 for low. I'ma ride to my dog sitting in jail. It's that lighter on the grass, spin it back, roll. I'm on Keller, I'm on Bishop, I'm on Flat Shore. I'm at Magic, I'm at Bally's, let them go. Then it's right back to the when I'm low. Bars never close and we wide open. Kicking flavor with me, neighbor, yeah, we local. Rap the bottom, cause the bottom where we come from. Me no pray for little paper, need a lump sum. Real spill, yeah, a recipe, yeah. Broke, real, little rich. All in love with her. She just wanna be a VIP with her. Don't blame me, oh, they just shake me. Had to get it, how I got it on my phone to be. Don't blame me, I'm what the game made me, not what the fame made me. I won't let it change me, I'm the same man. I stay myself, I never change, yeah. Dirty, so they treat me like a stain, yeah. Do whatever, get you paid, yeah. Rolling from the cradle to the grave, yeah. On my hood, on my block, yeah. On my, I won't stop, yeah. Play with me, let it, yeah. Halo on me, sailor.